But Johnny, let's move on into our next conversation. And I feel like we just talked about this a week ago. We just talked about Suicide Squad 2. Will Smith is no longer going to be on the Suicide Squad 2. He is taking his name out of the Deadshot role. It was amicable, DC and Will Smith parting ways. And then I thought we'd hear nothing from Suicide Squad for a while, right?
You'd think so.
Well, I was dead wrong because, Johnny, I have a ton of setup for this next segment. First off, we have our roster of right now some names that are confirmed for the James Gunn Suicide Squad 2. So the new additions to the roster, I'm just going to read them off right now. First, you have King Shark, who is the son of Shark King, and you may recognize, yeah, comic books are fun, right?
Hey, what should we name this one? He's the son of Shark King. King Shark.
Yeah, we're just going to name him King Shark.
Just flip the fucking names around, man.
But he is see, made his debut as an enemy of Superboy. He wound up a part of Suicide Squad when Amanda Waller needed aquatic muscle in order to take on a criminal gang operating across the Pacific Ocean. He's got bombs and stuff, I think. I'm reading here. I'm just trying to skip stuff. Yeah, Waller outfitted his belt with explosives, and he's been a recurring member on the team ever since. He's always been a hard-to-control, tough, and or one occasion refused to obey orders. So he's going to be the hard head of the group. He's also been on the TV show The Flash for the Arrowverse. We're also going to get the Ratcatcher, who is one of Batman's more twisted villains. He's a former employee of Gotham City's sanitation department. He was convicted of murder when he stabbed a man. Ratcatcher swore revenge on all those who believed who had wronged him, and captured the judge, key witnesses, prison wardens, and even the officer who arrested him. So he's going to be joining the team. And then the last two, Polkadot Man, who is a villain of Batman. Let's see if I can find where his problems. His costume is covered in polka dots. Some of them are weapons. Others are mode of transportation, which as a literal flying saucer. So we have Polkadot Man. And then the Peacekeeper, who's probably, to me, the coolest of the bunch. He's basically a hero that believes in peace, but is not afraid to kill for that peace. Where one of his lines from the comics is literally, "I am Peacemaker, and I'll kill to keep the peace." So he's a guy that, hey, I want to keep the peace, but I ain't afraid to kill for it. I ain't afraid to be a bad guy or two in order to keep the peace. It even says here, Peacekeeper is a very troubled man, haunted by illusions of his deceased father, a ruthless Nazi who had served as commandant of a concentration camp. So we've got those four members, but also, Johnny, on top of that, it would not be a Rick and Johnny podcast if we didn't have more news on top of that. First,
more news.
Some speculation as James Gunn's Suicide Squad eyes Dave Bautista to play Peacemaker, you know, the one that I just said is a tough character and would fit Dave Bautista. But not only that, guess who's in talks of being Deadshot after Will Smith is now out the door? Drum roll, please. Idris Elba could be our next Deadshot. So with all that laid out on the table, we're going to talk about all of it. Johnny, the first thing I want to ask you is, will Idris Elba and Dave Bautista be in Suicide Squad 2?
That'd be cool. Get them both over, because we don't, as of now, it's not prospective that Dave Bautista is going to be in anything.
Because one's in, I've seen for Idris, some say, like, Screen Rant says in talks, other website says he's already is. So, like, I went to Screen Rant last night, they said in talks. Went to superherohype.com, they said he's for sure in. So, there's dueling stories with that.
But basically, he's either in talks or in. It's nothing like, well, this is just, we want to hear him do, we want to see him do
Whereas
it.
Dave Bautista, they're like, oh, we're eyeing him. We want him to be Peacemaker. We'll see what he's doing.
I mean, if not Peacemaker, my second runner-up for that would be King Shark. Shark King? King Shark. Whatever.
No, But this article for sure says that they're eyeing him for Peacemaker.
Oh, I'm saying though, if not that, King Shark would be kind of a cool one for him too.
Yeah, and
I mean, it's going to be a lot of CGIing, but still.
And like with that, like I just for sure was like, you know what, like go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Like Dave Bautista, this would be a perfect thing for DC to do, because not only are they getting a guy with some of the superhero stuff under his belt with just doing Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers, but they're also getting a guy who loves working with James Gunn. And two, I knew was probably not going to be a Marvel guy for much longer.
No.
Because of what Marvel and Disney did to James Gunn. Because he was one of the more vocal actors against what Disney did, firing James Gunn from Guardians 3.
Yeah, exactly. And as of now, there's no real plans to make 3.
And he's officially pulled his head out of 3, right?
I think he did. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did.
I'll check the IMDb page.
Yeah, just because, you know what? 3 is, last we talked about, I believe it's sort of on the back burner. They're not, like, focusing hard on it.
Yeah. Apparently, they still are going to use James Gunn's script, which would be interesting.
But, I mean, why not? It's you know it's going to be good if it's his script.
You just credit him.
Exactly.
Like, bite the bullet and put credit in for James Gunn.
Just find the new director and credit him for, at least he's getting the credit for writing the script.
Yeah, he is not listed. The only things he's listed at is Stuber, Escape Plan, The Extractors, and Avengers X Game, and My Spy. All of those are either completed or in post-production, and then he's going to be in the Dune movie for 2020.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's in pre-production.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not like he's doing any of the Marvel stuff, not doing any of those, so he's got, other than Dune, he's basically got time, other than maybe some reshoots, depending on those. So, I mean, why not?
Well, I mean, reshoots for Avengers is... Russos have said they're locked. The edit is locked.
I'm saying some of those other ones, though. You said they're all in post-production or...
No, so Escape Plan and Stuber are completed.
Okay.
Avengers X Game, we know that the Russos have just come out and said that the edit is locked.
Yeah.
Meaning they're not reshooting anymore. They got a month until the movie. And then My Spy 2... That's in post-production. I think that comes out fairly soon.
Does it?
As well. Let me look up. This one comes out... Of course, IMDb doesn't give me a page. Oh, no. I think it comes out later in the year, so we're good.
So there might be some reshoots, possibly.
That's an animated film.
Oh.
So it's going to be, if anything, he comes in and just re-records his voice.
Re-records some voice acting.
If anything, he doesn't even have to come in. It's just, hey, can you go to this studio where you are, and they'll just email us the sound file.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, I mean, that's like, really all he's got to do.
Like, literally, if they wanted you to voice Groot, Johnny, we could just record it here and then send them the unedited stuff, and boom, you could do Groot. If they wanted you to, because I don't know if Vin Diesel.
I don't know. They're going to keep Vin Diesel doing that.
I don't know if you can beat the Vin Man when it comes to Groot. But, yeah, me... The big one for me is Idris Elba.
Yes.
Because that is going to be an interesting Deadshot, a much different Deadshot than we got with Will Smith. Because Will Smith was kind of like that, I'm going to say that bad boy kind of twist to Deadpool, where Idris Elba is going to come at it more of like we've seen him in so many different roles, but I mean...
It's going to be more serious, I think.
Think about the trailer we just saw him in as the villain in Hobbs and Shaw. Like, think about that. Like, not as hardcore as that, but yeah. Like, yeah, he's going to have a soft side, which we've seen Idris Elba have a soft side. What was it? The Dark Tower?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? He had a little bit, like, that character.
A little bit soft side.
Is what I could see his Deadshot kind of being. Like, that mixed with what he's going to be in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, like, him as Deadshot, it makes sense because he looks the part. And it's going to be very interesting to see how he plays Deadshot along with Margot Robbie, who's coming back as Harley Quinn. Yeah. Because she's automatically said she's in too.
Yeah, I'm curious their dynamic of how they're going to be changing up. It's going to change up how she was with Will Smith, obviously, because it's not going to be her and Will Smith. It's going to be her and Idris. And I feel like Idris is going to...
No Joker as well, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's gone too.
Which will be good.
Yes, agreed. But I feel like it's going to be... He's going to have more of a serious tone than Will Smith did. So it's going to be a different tone between him and Harley, and it's going to be interesting to see that the change in dynamic because it's Idris Elba.
Do you think Dave Bautista comes on to Suicide Squad 2. Because I think he's in. I'm making a prediction he is going to be in the movie. Whether it's Peacemaker, I don't know. But I think with what I see on his IMDb page, with
just
Dune
Dune being the only thing.
With Dune being the only thing, let me even look at Suicide Squad 2, because if Suicide Squad 2 is not like a 2021 release, interesting. So they could totally get Dave Bautista. You want to know why? So Dune is listed to come out in 2020. Suicide Squad 2 isn't planned to come out until August of 2021. So there's a good chance, hey, go do Dune. While Dune is in post-production and completed, we'll be filming Suicide Squad 2. You can do Suicide Squad 2 right after you're done with Dune.
Yeah.
He could totally do both. Which, for me, that is the linchpin of, like, if DC gets Bautista and Elba, huge. Huge for them.
Yeah.
Because of, right now, I feel like we're on a little bit of a uptick with DC. Wonder Woman, Aquaman's raising the bar a little bit. Hopefully Shazam raises the bar therefore to where we're expecting a fun movie. Mm-hmm. And if you get both of those guys with Margot Robbie, could be a lot better than Suicide Squad 1. But I'll ask you, do you think Dave Bautista will want to be in Suicide Squad 2?
I think he will, because I think he'd take the chance to work with James Gunn again, because what it sounds like is he enjoys working with him. And it would also, to a degree, say, hey, Marvel, I stepped over to DC because you got rid of James Gunn. Yeah, basically.
Just a big old double fingers.
Because, I mean, that's sort of
Dave Bautista, he's turning heel on Marvel. It's a wrestling reference there for you.
I figured that.
The heel is the bad guy, Johnny.
I'm not that naive.
But go ahead with what you were saying.
No, yeah, that's basically what I was getting at, is he's going to just kind of double middle finger it to Marvel, say, you know what? And it's not because I don't like doing the Marvel movies. It's because you fired James Gunn. So here you go. I'm going to do a movie with him for DC.
And also, the reason why we got these ideas of what's going on here is apparently it was Collider.com who even had I'm looking at the article right now. I thought that it was something with James Gunn in the script, or am I thinking of Black Adam? I think I'm thinking of Black Adam. Let's see. With Idris Elba replacing... See, even like the way Collider puts it is they start the article off with Idris Elba replacing Will Smith as Deadshot in Suicide Squad. Dude, it's not written in stone. Unless we're just saying in talks is like, yeah, they're just figuring out how much money it's going to be. He's in. Now we're just putting the dollar amount to the getting that contract worked out before he puts ink to paper. He said it's now time for writer-director James Gunn to turn his attention to filling out the rest of the ensemble. And while we haven't heard any names except for the obvious one below, we have learned which characters we expect to comprise the rest of the squad. A rewrite could, of course, change things, so keep in mind that none of this is confirmed. It's just what we're hearing from sources right now. Let's dive into it, and then that's where they give us Ratcatcher, they give us King Shark, they give us Polkadot Man, they give us Peacemaker. Do you think this is... it's a dumb question, but I'm asking anyways. Do you think this is the right way to go? Where it's basically, you know what? Keep Harley, keep Deadshot, because originally it was keep Margot Robbie, keep
Will Smith,
and then we'll just change everyone else.
I mean, you don't have to change everyone else. I mean, keep not Captain Colt, but Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, right?
Yeah, I think it was Captain. I think it was just Boomerang.
I thought at one point he's also called Captain Boomerang, but maybe it's just Boomerang.
I think that was a comic thing that they threw in there.
It could be. A joke. I know that was in Deadpool too. Deadpool. Captain Deadpool. No, just Deadpool.
But like that's
shit. I just saw the list too. Go ahead.
With me, I feel like it's a good thing. Just change everything, because first off, Suicide Squad 1 was bad. True. I didn't like it. Like, there might be people out there that liked it. And I am saying, when I'm saying it's bad, I'm not attacking you for thinking it might be good.
Oh, I didn't say it was good.
I just didn't know. I'm talking to them.
Oh, them. Okay, my bad. You were looking at me when you said it.
Because let's be honest, there's people out there that like BVS, and I hated BVS.
True.
I thought it was a hot, steaming pile of garbage out there. It's a pile of garbage, Johnny.
Big pile of garbage.
Wouldn't even take my kid to go see that movie. I don't have a kid. But point is, I didn't like Suicide Squad. I thought they were just trying to sell. A, they were trying to sell a CD, jam it down my throat. B, it was like someone said, and they watched Guardians 1 and went, oh, we could do that. And then tried it and failed horribly. I see no backlash in, if you want to get rid of Enchantress, if you want to get rid of Diablo, if you want to get rid of...
Well, Diablo's dead.
Well, yeah. If you want to get rid of Killer Croc, Swamp Thing wasn't it. Killer Croc, if you want to get rid of Boomerang, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Keep your money makers.
I would say
just the characters that are going to happen, and then give me the characters that you think are going to make the best story for James Gunn.
I feel like the only ones that you should mainly keep, obviously, are now Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and maybe keep Rick Flag in there to keep some consistency to the movie.
Yeah, and with me, I'm talking about mainly the
bad guys.
Yeah,
Rick Flag is more of a field commander.
Yeah, obviously you're going to have like a Rick Flag, and you're going to have Amanda Waller.
Yeah,
because Amanda Waller is the person.
She's leading the thing
ahead of Suicide Squad.
Behind the scenes leading.
Rick Flag is the guy of like, hey, Amanda, you're not here. I'm the general.
I'm the infield to keep them in line.
Basically. But I was like, with the main team, I would just say, go ahead. If you want to change everything, just keep Deadshot and Harley. And
I don't know how I feel about Polkadot Man, though.
It's going to be interesting. Like, he is such, like, the thing about him, though.
Yeah.
Is when I was reading off my power, like my powers. I am the Poka-Dot Man.
I can see that. I can see Ricky being the Poka-Dot Man.
When I was reading off his powers to you,
yeah,
it's so like I gotta see when he debuted, because it looked like, let's see,
it's real old.
Poka-Dot Man, because it looked like he debuted very, very early.
Yeah.
Let's see, Yeah, Detective Comics 300. Shoot, does it give me an exact year on here? No, it does not. But Detective Comics 300 is the first time we see the Polka-Dot Man in the comics. And for me, I feel like it's interesting in a sense of, especially when, like, think of the CGI.
Yeah.
Like, if he can take one of those polka dots, put it on a wall, and then they just step right through, and then he takes it down.
That would be cool then. It's just, as long as they play him off right and not like
you don't want to see them riding around on a polka dot, Johnny. Like they said, he can ride around like it's a flying saucer.
Yeah, this one shows more like a bubble, but yeah.
Basically.
I don't know. I'm like, because of the picture I'm seeing, because also in the description they describe it.
I get it. He's an older villain.
Includes some of the best. Batman's Rogue Gallery includes some of the best, most well-developed supervillains in comics. It also includes some of the weirdest, and perfect example being the Polka-Dot Man. I just like, okay,
yeah,
as long as they play it off right and don't do that.
The way Collider described it was Polka-Dot Man, a.k.a. Mr. Polka-Dot, is a Gotham City supervillain and, like Ratcatcher, a sworn enemy of Batman. He grows multicolored polka dots on his body that he can turn into fireballs and other weapons, even though, for the most part, he's embarrassed about this awkward ability. Could you imagine if they cast the right person? Like, this could be one of those, like, I get that it's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A trope in comic book movies.
Yeah.
But, like, that one hero where it's like, are you going to use your power? No, I'm too afraid. Fine, I'll fucking do it. And, like, the whole movie, it's like, you never see this guy's power because he's too afraid to use it. He's too scared. And then in the big moment, he goes, screw it. Back's against the wall. I'm going to have to use my power. They could line it up for something like that, where the Polka-Dot Man, we're making fun of him. We're cracking jokes at him. Like, King Shark's cracking jokes at him. Deadshot's cracking jokes at him. Harley's making fun of him towards the end, or making him like, guys, stop making fun of him.
I feel like Harley would be
worse.
like it would make him feel worse, but she's like almost.
Come on, sweetheart.
It sounds kind of cute.
Exactly. Making him feel,
Polka-Dot Man.
Yeah, making him feel that's actually really creepy how well that kind of fits together. But I mean,
I love polka dots.
that's exactly what it could be. Look at my tights. She could have polka dot tights,
Right?
on. But
Oh, my knee popped.
I just I feel like that could fit in there if they get the right timid actor.
Yes. So like sort of a first movie Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Timid.
Where it's like, I'm afraid to use my powers because I'm embarrassed.
And like
by
make
them.
him only use it like once in a while, like, oh, we need an escape route, and it's like thing against the wall, and they can all like jump through it real quick and or like make it like maybe almost like it dissolves after a few seconds.
I was just reading.
I'm just
about
thinking.
King Shark. Yeah, no. Suicide Squad 2 is going to be interesting. After this news, I'm more hyped than I was last week. Like last week, I was like, oh, James Gunn, I believe in. But now, could you imagine we're going to get Idris Elba and Dave Bautista? I know it's not written in stone. I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. I get that. But as a DC fanboy, I'm fanboying a little bit here, Johnny.
See, now,
I can't wait for that movie if we get both Elba and Bautista.
I got one more question then. Who
Go
would
ahead.
what, and you don't have to give me a person per se.
You're going to throw me this curveball I've just thought about 2 seconds ago. Go.
Who are you going to, what type of actor would you put as the rat catcher?
I knew you were going to ask me some stupid-ass question like that.
Stupid-ass question?
And
I
I
may
say-
as well. We talked about
and
Poka-Dot
I say
Man.
stupid-ass question because I have not had time to think about it. The rat catcher?
Like, I want the description that was given.
The rat catcher, give me someone who does crazy very well.
Yes.
Someone psychotic. Because
Subtle crazy, though.
Well, yeah, because it sounds like that getting back at people that have wronged him, kind of a crazy psycho vibe to him.
Yeah.
Whereas King Shark is just like big, like, yeah, he's going to be mostly CGI, but give me a voice that can back the disobedient tough guy of the group. Peacekeeper would be interesting, Dave Bautista style.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit different than what Drax was. A little bit.
A little bit.
But kind of the same. Where Drax
You can throw a lot of the Drax thing in there.
But I feel like between King Shark and Peacekeeper, there's more humor to Peacekeeper, so that's why Bautista might work better with that.
Yeah.
And then with Polkadot Man, just give me someone who's a shy, timid face that you don't think of as an action guy.
Like very
Skinny frame, very timid voice, not going to overpower the group talking. It's going to be very timid and embarrassed about his powers.
Yeah.
Because they're polka dots. Like when I said the Polkadot Man, Johnny, you laughed.
I did.
You were laughing.
You were right.
Because it was polka dots. But any final thoughts on this before we move on into Shazam?
Nah, I got nothing on this one, buddy.
This is where you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below. First off, will Idris Elba and Dave Bautista be in Suicide Squad 2? And then also, what are you thinking about these new characters? Ratcatcher, King Shark, Polkadot Man, Peacekeeper. What do you think they're going to add to Suicide Squad 2 if they're in it? Because also Collider said these are all sources and nothing is confirmed. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section.